All right, FightHype.com, back with super middleweight king Andre Ward. Dre, I know you got to get out of here, but I could not let you leave without getting your official breakdown on the big fight, Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Let us know what you think. How's it going to go?
Man, I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know. That's boxing, as soon as you think you know what's going to happen, man, the opposite happens. But I know I think it's going to be a great fight. I mean, you hear a lot of people say the fight is happening too late. It's, 3-4 years too late. But when you look at it, I mean, both fighters are making two to three times the money they were going to make.
True.
They both still got a lot left in the tank, and there's actually more interest for the fight now, more buzz, more anticipation than it was 4 or 5 years ago. So I think the fight is happening at the right time. Now, if these guys are past their prime and, they're making less money and nobody cares about the fight, then I think you can say that. But, it's happening at the right time, and I just think it's going to be a great fight, man. I mean, Manny's going to bring it, Manny's got volume, Manny's got angles, but, until somebody proves otherwise, Floyd is the master. He's the master at being able to perform at the highest level, on the biggest stage. He makes the adjustments. Sometimes guys don't have a good round, a good couple rounds. He stays patient. He remembers he's got 12 rounds. And then once he finds his range, it's pretty much over. Once he starts to land lead shots, lead right hands, and lead left hooks, and, if he can hit you at will, it's pretty much over from there. But I think Manny, one thing about Manny's, I think Manny's, got a lot of desire going into this fight. You can't measure that. And, that alone, I think, is going to cause him to be in a fight. And, Floyd knows this is an important fight. Do I think, Floyd and Manny have to fight this fight in order to, to cement their legacy? I don't think so. I don't think Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao owe us anything more than they've already given over the years. They've given us plenty of blood, plenty of sweat, and plenty of sacrifice. They don't owe us anything. They don't owe this fight to the boxing public. It's a privilege that they're giving us this fight. It's a bonus that they're giving us this fight. But they don't owe this fight to us. They've given us enough already. So I'm just excited to sit back and watch it unfold, and just understand what I'm watching. When I watch a guy like Floyd Mayweather, who's a living legend, in my era, and I've watched him since I've been a kid. Like, I just want to sit back and enjoy that, because he's not always going to be around. Manny's got his own legacy in and of himself. Sit back, watch that, enjoy that, and then just sit back and watch this fight. Like, there's no sense of us complaining about it. Just go ahead and punch in that $99. Come to punch it in.
Right.
You might not be happy about it, but punch it in, watch the fight, and enjoy it, because, the fights that you heard about from the Alis and the Sugar Ray Leonards and the Ray Robinsons, like, this is your chance to experience a fight like this. So go ahead and buy it. I'm not getting nothing out of it. I don't have a dog in the race. But I'm saying, like, enjoy it. As a fight fan, sit back and enjoy it, because we don't know when we'll get another super fight or another mega fight like this.
Just coming from, a fighter's standpoint, when you look at Manny Pacquiao, how would you approach a guy who is unorthodox and just jumps in at all different angles, throws punches? Is the conventional wisdom, people think, Floyd's going to quote unquote run. But would that be the approach you would take when fighting a guy like Manny Pacquiao, to stay on the outside and try and outbox him?
It's tough. Like, it's tough to say without being in there with him. Never obviously been in there with him or a fighter like him, so it's tough to say. Sometimes the film will lie to you. Sometimes it'll show you things that when you get in there, it's different. It's a different angle when you're watching it on the outside versus actually being in front of it. So I don't know. It's tough to say, but again, it's going to take Floyd, a round or two, maybe 3 or 4, to see what he needs to see. And the thing that's difficult about Floyd is he's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 game plans. If the inside game isn't working, you know, I can box you. You know, if I'm not landing the lead left, I can use my jab. You know, maybe the lead left is working. You look at the fight with Floyd and Ricky Hatton. I don't remember Floyd knocking nobody out like that before, prior to that fight with a check hook, but that's what worked on that night. So, and you know, Manny and Freddie Roach, they're gonna have a good game plan. I mean, it's a big fight. It's a lot at stake. It's not only the money they're gonna make, but these dudes want to win. Like this legacy at stake. You know, legacy is at stake. We don't talk enough about legacy today. The money's important. You know, it's very important. This is prize fighting. We're fighting for a prize, but this is legacy. That's personal. So Manny's gonna bring it. They're gonna have a good game plan, and of course Floyd is gonna be Floyd with his team, and they're gonna bring it. But I just want to sit back and enjoy it, man. I want to see if you know what Floyd does. How does he adjust? How does he deal with that? And then vice versa. How's Manny gonna deal? They've never fought anybody like each other before. Of course, they fought similar guys, but nobody really like each other. So again, I tell the fans, sit back and enjoy it. It's gonna be a great night.
Fans, in case you don't realize it, Andre Ward is going to have a great career in politics, because I know he's probably not going to answer this question, but do you have an official prediction for the fight?
I tell you, like I always tell you, I mean, I grew up watching Floyd, you know, so I'm gonna always be biased toward Floyd. That's just what it is, you know. So, and if I look at the track record, like I've always seen him make the adjustments. Period. So there's no reason why I don't think he's gonna make the adjustment in this fight. But you know, at the same time, you gotta account for Manny. You can't just say, oh, it's gonna be a blowout. It may be a blowout, but you gotta account for the fact that this man really wants to win, and he's gonna have to bring his best game, the best fight he's ever brought to a ring. And you know, maybe he'll show up, and maybe he'll be able to do something nobody thinks he can do. But that's the beauty of the sport, man. You don't know what's gonna happen. But I'm going to always lean toward, you know, the guys that I grew up watching and different things like that. And I respect Manny, man. I respect Manny's lifestyle. I respect, you know, who he is as a person. And I respect his game, you know. But I'm going to always be a little biased toward Floyd.
Right. So tune in May 2nd. And after May 2nd, tune in June 20th?
June 20th, Oakland, California. The place nobody wants to come. Oracle Arena. Don't miss it. It's gonna be a great night. I'm looking forward to putting on the show. We're training for a knockout, man. We just really want to put on a great performance, and that's taking nothing away from my opponent. You know, I'm just saying that no matter who it is, like that's what we're training for. We're training on putting on that type of performance. So keep it locked to FightHype.